Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today, and welcome to my new setup. I am so excited to share this with you guys. I will be doing some more streaming, some stuff like that as well. But today, we are talking about Dr. Doom. So let's jump straight into this list. So this list is top 10 things about Dr. Doom. Now, starting at number 1, he's honor bound. So this is one of the things I actually didn't realize, but he won't take the killing blow if he's versing a superhero or a supervillain who is either injured or can't injured, or actually they're not up to their full power. Because Doom's thing is he wants to beat you when you're at your full power, so you know that you've been beaten. Number 2, Dr. Doom is a good guy. Kind of. Look, this is what I think makes him so popular, is because he's charismatic, and you can kind of see his point of view. He's not evil in terms of the way that we would conventionally think about it. He's very much an anti-hero, but there have been some instances in comics where he has actually shined, which is really cool. Like, one of the examples is his soul was judged by the actual Black Panther goddess, and what she says, she admitted that he had a good soul and actually did genuinely wish for a utopia or a utopian setting for Earth, albeit him at the control in full power. So obviously a few other issues there, but Doom is a complex character and he's relatable, in the regards of, he's had a rough life, he's had a struggled life. So number 3, the Fantastic Four, the superheroes we know, are kind of responsible for Doom and how we see him. Doom actually went to university with Richard Reed's, whatever his fucking name is. It was at university back in the early days where Doom and Reed's had a rivalry, which is actually, Dr. Doom had Reed, he was actually, they're kind of toe in toe, Reed's has probably got a little bit better because it's a good guy, you can't have the good guy stupider than everyone else. Benjamin Grimm, who's the Thing, actually sabotaged the experiment, causing it to go wrong and causing the disfigurement on Doom's face. So, in a way, the Fantastic Four is actually responsible for Dr. Doom. Moving on, number 4, Dr. Doom is actually an incredible warrior. He is one of the best in the Marvel Universe. Sure, depending on who's writing him and that kind of stuff, he's actually gone toe-to-toe with many, many iconic and very, very powerful superheroes. I'm pretty sure he's gone toe-to-toe with the Hulk. He actually beat Black Panther with his suit depowered. He beat Black Panther, if you don't know, is one of the greatest, or considered in the top 5 fighters in the Marvel Universe in terms of the heroes. So he knocked out Taskmaster, who you guys know. He actually went toe-to-toe with Thor as well in his destroyer armor. And he also is an incredible swordsman who actually beat Kang, the Warlord, in a duel. That is a feat within itself. Moving on. This is a really cool piece that actually I didn't know. So Dr. Doom always carries on him a piece or pieces of the true cross. And you may ask yourself, what the fuck is he doing with the true pieces of the cross? Now, let's say you run into Dracula and you need a weapon to fight him. You're going to need the true pieces of the cross. Or the pieces of the true cross. I always fuck it up. That's why he's always got this on him. And I imagine other mystical artifacts, but I actually thought that was really cool. Dr. Doom has escaped hell multiple times. Whether it's through trickery or whether it's through Mjolnir ripping through realities and creating a vortex or a hole for him to slip through, he's actually got out of hell. And his stay in hell wasn't, easy. He actually the fact that he's been there, and I'll talk about that a little bit later, is, and he's been fucking tortured, you know, so it hasn't been an easy run for him. Whether he deserved to be there or not, depends on your opinion, you know. He's a troubled character. Now, this is the one that everyone probably knows. Now, we're up to number 8, and it's Doom's sorcery powers rival or are equal to Doctor Strange's. So there's been a few times they've actually joined forces. So before he went to hell, Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom were in a duel, and the whole thing was, I think it was the battle for Sorcerer Supreme. It was by an aged Genghis Khan, who's like an aged Genghis, I think. So he's like the adjudicator, I guess, of the sorcery world. So, but Doctor Strange admitted as well, when he was kind of contemplating if he should continue as Sorcerer Supreme, that if he was to step down, the only person who could actually step up and match him was Doctor Doom. That's been rivaled many times throughout the Marvel Universe. That's been echoed. Doctor Doom is a legit badass when it comes to this, and he doesn't take shit, you know. That's what's really cool about him, is he's a villain with a bit of a heart sometimes, which again is quite endearing. I guess that's why I like Venom as well. Venom shares that quality. Wolverine, I'd say Wolverine is very much an anti-hero too. Now, moving on. Well, Doctor Doom has an indomitable will. He cannot be controlled. His will is so powerful. And again, I think this is his greatest superpower, and it very much matches the Batman over there. His will not die. To the point where, when he was tortured in hell, many times for many hours, he refused to let a single cry of pain spill from his lips. He was like, nah, fuck yous. That's incredible. Also, when he was in his God Emperor Doom stage, he kept the planet or the world of Battle World together with his will while destroying Thanos, while fighting everyone off. That's the level of sheer oomph this motherfucker has. And I think that's really cool, because if your will cannot be broken, you can pretty much, well, I'd argue you can do anything. You can always find a way out of things. Or you can always at least never bend a knee. There have been multiple times where there have been beings of immense power. Like, I'm talking like Galactus, he stole the Silver Surfer's power, like Mephisto many times. The fact that he has never, ever given them anything. He won't even bend to the Lords of Hell. Like, that's fucking cool as, man. He just does not stop. Now, a little bit of a bonus before we get to our final number 10 is Doctor Doom is actually inspired by Shakespeare. So have you ever wondered why he always talks to himself in the third person? Have you ever wondered why his life is a bit of a Greek tragedy? It's because it's inspired by Shakespeare. Anyway, moving on. So, to our final number 10. This is one that kind of blew me away. I didn't understand why, but he respects Tony Stark. I think because Tony Stark kind of, never sabotaged his experiments so that it actually disfigured his face and he had to wear a Doom mask, depending on which retcon origin story you go with. There have been many times where they have had kind of, I wouldn't say adventures together, but they've had situations together where, to the point, he admired him that much that after the Civil War fallout, he actually donned on Iron Man's armor and became obviously infamous Iron Man, and then tweaked it so, and then eventually he kind of came back to Doctor Doom. But he would constantly during that era show up to Stark, and kind of declare, look, I know that the life I've been leading is not good, and I want to kind of change. I want to make amends of that, and I want to prove to you guys, prove to Tony Stark, Iron Man, that I'm legit. That's pretty cool. Now, he obviously did that in a way that was probably, he's still Doctor Doom, so he's still got to do it in his way. And there's also another adventure which happens prior to all of this, where Doctor Doom and Stark get stuck in the Middle Ages. That was Doom's doing. You know, it was a plan that went wrong. But yeah, and they had to actually work together to get out of that. As far as I'm aware, they did work. Iron Man or Stark got out. I think Doom stayed or was trapped, but he ended up having a relationship with Morgan Le Fay in the Marvel universe. She actually, so they had Doom and Le Fay had a relationship, and she taught him even more knowledge of the dark arts and the sorcery, which I think is absolutely incredible. So there you have it, guys. There's your top 10 things about Doom that, you know, I didn't know a few of them things. I think that's really cool. Thank you again for checking me out. If you've liked the music you've heard, if you got a chance, jump onto my Spotify, Bedlam and Squalor, and check that out. You know, if you want to have any more reviews, or if you have any ideas, please leave a comment and make sure you click the button and subscribe. It is so very much appreciated. Thank you for viewing, and thank you for joining me on this journey. I hope you learned something. We'll see you next time, guys. All the best, yeah?